Hello, Call of Duty fans. So before we get into this video about Caldera and Pacific and everything that we need to know about this thing, I want to have a really quick talk about, hey, be sure to hit subscribe, because this week we are going over Scump's EM2, we're going to go over Swag's M40A3 loadout, Swag's P90. We've got a bunch of stuff, including how to reduce recoil in your guns, and how to get that no recoil Cronus look that a lot of streamers are going for and getting. So we will be sure to discuss all that stuff throughout this week. But let's check out this Vanguard Season 1, Caldera, and Warzone Pacific stuff, because there's a lot to go through. So as we dive into this, we're going to see a few kind of just key things here. Obviously, December 8th, those of us that have pre-ordered or have Vanguard are going to be able to play this map early, and that means that we're not going to have Verdansk anymore at that point. So we're probably going to run a few solo games here and there and just kind of check it all out before we run to this new map. I mean, the map looks beautiful. The trailer came out earlier today, and if you want to see that, there will be a link in the end of the video, so keep tabs on that. But here's the map. They did kind of a Fortnite-y look to it, and it looks beautiful. Hopefully the map itself is this bright and vibrant and just absolutely gorgeous. I'm really, really impressed with what we're seeing here. So not only that, but we're seeing the map is the same size as Verdansk. So we're going to see a pretty good scale here. It looks like there's quite a lot of open areas and just a lot of places to fight. And it looks great. So the naval arsenal is what looks like could be sub-pens or something along those lines. Lots of opportunity for this map to change over the coming times. The industrial docks, this looks like shipment in itself. Kind of not surprising there. Runway, so this is one of the airports by the looks of it, while the main airfield, the terminal airstrip to the southwest sees most takeoffs. This is going to be a secondary runway in the northeastern corner of Caldera. But this looks beautiful. We're not seeing crumpled up bushes like we were seeing in Verdansk. We're hopefully seeing a little more open vegetation with the ability to fight in some great vegetative areas. Ruins, this is beautiful. I love the look of this place, and what we're seeing with the phosphate mines as well. This looks kind of like salt mine, but it does look a little more, again, a little more vibrant because it is the Pacific. Peak, gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. You've got the fog, you've got this expansive view across the entire map. This beachhead is, again, just beautiful with the beach defenses. River Village, this is a map that looks really, really familiar. I'm not quite sure why. But again, we're not seeing vegetation that is going to be super obstructive. It looks like it's going to be a fairly wide open map that is going to allow for a lot of strong quality fights. The Clear Lagoon, man, lots of visibility there. Ooh, ATC Tower is coming back, so keep that in mind. The Ag Center is kind of that red phosphorus looking area by the looks of it here. Submarine pen, man, lots of places to fight, lots of places to do what we need to do to get some maybe high kill gameplay. Capital City is, man, these buildings, hopefully they are as detailed inside as they are outside. I'm very, very curious to see what's going on here. Royal Cabana Resort. And finally, we see, was it Hotel Royale or Royale movie theater by the looks of it here. So 40 weapons, like core 38 weapons for Vanguard's launch, plus 2 free functional weapons in Season 1 launch battle pass. Will all be personalized with camouflages and things like that. Over a dozen operators. So each of the operators from the SOTF are ready to drop in alongside special ops guys coming from this new season. Calling cards, emblems, and more. Obviously, that's all coming and is going to be coming from the long term. Vanguard Royale. Updated vehicles, dogfighting, lots of new things here. Fly fighter planes that rain down fire on foes or head for the AA guns or trucks to shoot them out of the skies. Now, focus on Vanguard Weapons. Loadouts can only contain Vanguard weaponry. Streamlining the meta for more accessibility and room for experimentation. Expect all weapons around the island to be from Vanguard. So it sounds like we're being locked to Vanguard guns for loadouts. Interesting. That could upset a lot of things. Circle collapse changes, in-game events, and more. The radii and times for the circle collapses can be altered to offer a different pace of play, especially with dogfights going on overhead. We're going to see bombing runs, circle collapses, a bunch of just craziness going on. Vanguard owners will get 24-hour exclusive access to Caldera, and we will be playing that live on stream, so be sure to check that out. During the season, featured playlists will include returns to Rebirth for resurgences and other game modes, as well as new LTMs for this, such as Vanguard Plunder and its very own Vanguard Resurgence mode, which is actually a Beanox introduction. So the POIs that we're going to see around the map are super interesting. We're seeing lots of POIs thrown across the map. But we're seeing all of these studios coming together and taking the community feedback and working together to make a cohesive package. So the Gulag is obviously, is the Gulag. But we're going to skip over that for right now, because I want to talk about the loadout items. So Dead Silence is being nerfed. Stopping power rounds are gone. In addition to detailing those exact changes, Raven Software looked closely at various equipment pieces, such as nerfed stun grenades, heartbeat sensors. They also took another look at the dual-wield melee weapons, like the Kali sticks and the Sai. This gives Justice to all ghosts, obviously, because the ones in the Haunting, just that we beat the crap out of those ghosts with those Kali sticks. Expect the aforementioned equipment and weaponry to be adjusted to be less potent in Warzone, along with gun butting no longer being the primary method of attack on Caldera, which is great to hear, because landing and getting meleeed, I'm not an angry person, but I've rage quit a time or two because of that on Resurgence. Another change involves loadout drop markers. They can now only be purchased from buy stations after the loadout event occurs, much like we're seeing in the flashback event. Now, we're also going to see, along with these nerfs, several tactical and lethal equipment changes that needed buffs. So most lethal equipment will now deal more damage, while a snapshot grenade will see its effective range increase. The stim will also apply a slight movement boost, which it feels like it does in Modern Warfare anyway. And the decoy grenade will pack rubber bullets that deal just enough damage to throw enemies off. Interesting, good changes there, I would say, other than maybe the loadouts. I'm not quite sure how to feel about the loadouts at this point. Gas mask won't interrupt as many actions as it did previously, making it easier to pull your mask on and off, as well as plating or reloading while getting out of the circle collapse, but still always favoring combat advantage to those that are inside the circle. Gas mask may be maybe off a modicum of protection from gas canisters, a brand new item developed by High Moon Studios. If these canisters explode, they release the same noxious vapors as we could see. So basically, it's like these canisters around the map are basically just like fart grenades, just instead a little bit larger scale around the area. So operators aren't getting their sea legs in Caldera. They are now able to wade through shallow water, seen in areas like the lagoon. Walking within water makes it harder to see footsteps, even to those operators with the tracker perk equipped. Crouch in knee-high water and you will gain the effects of cold-blooded, but you cannot go prone. Speaking of the science, though, fire-based equipment now causes smoke when it hits water, adding a layer of tactics when it comes to traversing through these open, shallow pools. Contracts and public events. During a match, squads can find a new contract to complete, which is the supply drop contract, which airlifts a valuable crate onto the map that anyone can pick up. Another is a big game bounty, which targets the operator with the highest kill count. That is absolutely awesome. This can only be done once per game, while another is the top secret contract. It is one that you could expect, but we kind of don't know what it is at this point. As for public events, expect restocks and resurgence from Rebirth Island to come to Caldera, in addition to the cash drop event that you might see from Flashback. Now, the rumors of the redacted weapon crates, they are supposed to be here, but obviously we don't know that much about those at this point. So the Ricochet anti-cheat is going to roll out with this rollout of the map, and hopefully we see it working, because, dude, I have been running into a lot of hackers lately on Warzone, and it's made the game a whole lot of not fun, unfortunately. But we see through all the stuff, the LTM, the event that we had, where we had the Secret Pacific, where we, spent, 5-6 hours unlocking stuff, just to get a couple of postcards for them to drop all this information on the blog. But guys, that's kind of what we have right now. The main takeaway here is loadouts are going to be Vanguard guns, and we're going to see changes to stopping power and a few other equipments. But if this video helped you guys out, give it a like. If you like me, give me a subscribe. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you around.